The Wisconsin Claims Board today could decide on an innocent conviction claim by one of the brothers wrongly convicted in 1987 for a Green Bay murder. David Bintz was convicted along with his brother Robert for the murder of Sandra Lyson. Those convictions actually came 11 years after Lyson was abducted, assaulted, and killed after she ended her shift at a local bar. Modern testing of DNA evidence exonerated and freed the Bintzes in 2024 and identified a convicted rapist who died in 2000 as the likely killer. Both brothers went before the state claims board back in July, asking for more than $2 million each, as they both served 25 years in prison for the crime. According to the claims board agenda for today's meeting, it is considering the claim by David Bintz today. Under Wisconsin statutes, the Bintz brothers are eligible for compensation for wrongful incarceration, but only up to a maximum of $25,000 unless decided otherwise by the claims board. We will bring you first alert updates as we learn them.